Hi everyone, I'm Chong. Welcome to today's video where I'm going to teach you how you can perform well at a job interview and get the job that you want. Now, why do so many people fare so poorly at job interviews? Most of them just turn up and they try to wing it from there, and guess what? That is no way you're going to get a job, because a lot of the time you fail, you fumble, you'll be searching for words because you're not prepared at all. Hope is not a method. I mean, all of us hope to get the job, but you have to go beyond that and do a lot of things to get yourself into the reckoning. Now, in this video, I will walk you through the series of action you need to take even before you get a request for an interview. Now, how do you hit the right notes with the interviewer the moment you step into the interview room? In order to do well, it requires meticulous preparation on your part. And more importantly, in the interview, you have to project yourself as someone worthy to be hired by the company. Now, how do you prepare for the interview in order to do well? First of all, you need to do in-depth research about the company, and you also need to understand what the company is all about. Can you imagine turning up an interview and not knowing what they do, especially if that's the first question they ask you, and then that will totally leave a bad impression for the rest of the interview. Find out what is the company's claim to fame. What are they good at? Are they a market leader? Maybe their customer processes are very good, that's why they attract a lot of people. Or is it a company that is super productive, that they're renowned for their productivity? It could be sometimes the culture of the company that makes them so innovative. Now, before you go for the interview, think about what is it about the company that excites you, that makes you want to join them. All right? Be very clear about the reasons why you want to join them. I think the last thing you want to say is, I'm going to join you for the pay. Nobody will hire you for the pay. They will hire you because they think you can do something to add to the bottom line, because they think you can contribute to the company. That's why you get hired. So when you are there in front of the interviewer or the panel of interviewers, be prepared to explain why when you're asked, why do you want to join this company? Okay, in the right manner. Obviously, you want to share your abilities that you can contribute, and you want to portray yourself as an asset to the company to get them excited. So be prepared to justify, quantify, and explain your experience, your qualifications, your qualities, and competencies that you think you can bring to the company to propel them forward. Think through your unique selling points. Are there qualities, capabilities, competencies you have that sets you apart from all their interviewers? You want to sell at the interview all the good qualities that you have, that you believe can propel the company forward. Be it your thinking skills, your writing skills, your people skills, your decision making. You need to cogently and persuasively put to them what you have, and of course show them how what you have can benefit the company if you are employed by them. Why is it important to get there early? Because sometimes you do get delayed, right? And the last thing you want is to be caught in a delay because of a traffic jam, or the bus doesn't come, and so on and so forth. This will affect your emotional stability, will affect your preparedness. The worst is to reach there late, whereby you start to fumble into the room, and because you are late, you may not be able to gather your thoughts as well as if you're in a calm state. So go there early, don't create problems for yourself. Being early is good. Guess what? It allows you to sit there and go through your points, rehearse what you're going to say, and think through all the things again that you talked about as you prepare for the interview, of what the company may ask you and how you intend to answer them. The moment you come there for an interview, you already leave a bad impression on the entire panel or the person that's sitting waiting for you. They should not be waiting for you. The building itself can be quite large. You may be mistaken for which floor they are at. You know, they've got 3-4 lifts in a lot of new buildings, whereby certain lifts reaches to certain levels. So that's another reason why you should get there early. All right, so that you do not get mixed up and it affects your state, and you may in a way impact the way you're going to conduct yourself because of all the hassle you've gone through that takes your attention away from what you're going to say. Next, I'm going to walk you through three unique selling points that you may have that you want to sort of market yourself during the interview, what I call your AQ, IQ, and EQ. Let's start with AQ. What does AQ stand for? AQ is your adversity quotient. It is your fighting spirit, so to speak. It's your endurance. It's your ability to surface beyond difficult moments that shows them your ability to sort of get on with it despite the odds, despite things being against you. Now, this is certainly a very marketable quality that companies will look for. Nobody wants to hire someone who gives up easily. Nobody wants to hire someone who will just give up just because there's simple, small obstacle obstructing what they're trying to do. Secondly, the idea called IQ, your intelligence quotient. What this is your ability to sense make, your ability to evaluate a situation, your ability to look at an issue and look at it clinically to see what is the best way I can solve this problem given my analysis of what the issue is. So it's the ability to perceive complexity, it's the ability to dig deep and think critically and clearly what is the best way forward in problem solving, in trying to create a new idea, or in trying to push through something out there that demands us to be creative and yet be critical. Finally, is something called your emotional intelligence. This is, in other words, also called interpersonal expertise. It's your ability to get along with people on a 360 basis. With bosses, people who are higher than you, your superiors, with people on par with you, your peers, your customers, or people below you. Could be your customers or people who help you with your work and they're assisting you. Always share your ability on this count because it's something useful that people want to hear. And if you can pull out and draw from examples where you've done well, either someone has given you feedback or through a testimonial that you have from a company that you work with, this will be good moments to share them. Now, the next part, how should we conduct ourselves at the interview? This is crucially important because if we do it in the negative way or you give people a sense of negativity, that is not good for you at all. First of all, you should dress appropriately. Now, just be neat and tidy. So nothing too formal, nothing too casual as well. Maybe what we call office wear, maybe with a shirt, a coat, or a tie. If there's no need for a coat, then maybe just a tie with a nice shirt. If the tie is not necessary, so be it. And then make sure you're clean and tidy and you look impressive, right? Now, when you're addressing the interview board or the interviewer at the interview, sit upright, make yourselves big, lean forward slightly to show your interest. And in that body posture, you will be giving people a lot of confidence about yourself. As you speak, as you lean forward with a good voice, you're showing your ability with a lot of confidence. Now, you should always stay connected to the interview board. Now, it may be someone interviewing you, it could be 2 person, it could be a panel of 5 people. Whatever it is, you always, when you speak, you should stay connected to the entire board. So if there's 5 people, if someone asks you a question from the center, you answer them and then you glance left and right to the respective members of the panel because you are talking to all of them, even though a question may come from a particular member. I think that is good manners, that's good etiquette. You also show the panel that I'm connected to you. What if sometimes you are caught by a question where you totally have no answer? I think it's okay. All right? If you're not sure, don't try to wing it. Just tell them, sir, could you give me a moment to mull over this because I have something that I want to say, but I want to make sure I get it correct first. But if you really don't know the answer to the question, then please say so. Maybe something like, I have not thought about the question deeply. In a situation portrayed to me, I would probably go with this few serious action and then you explain accordingly. Smile often, all right? Just a small smile to show people your interest. The next part I want to share with you, how do you handle spanners thrown to you by the interview board? Now, I use the metaphor spanner, meaning it is something that's thrown at you to derail you, to ruffle you, to see how you react. Now, please don't fall for it. Maybe something like a deliberate sarcastic remark to you, so don't react to it. Because these are things that are planned to you, they want to see what you're made of, your personality, and then whether you can handle difficult moments and handle awkward remarks. Now, such tough questions really are something you prepare for. Now, explain to them what you've said maybe in your CV. Maybe if you have put in the referees who have said something about you, it's a good time to pick up those nuggets of praise or commendation by people you work with to share it with the board. Okay, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for your attention. If you liked what I've shared with you, some of the ideas I've shared with you, please, you could give a like to this video, and I also hope that you will subscribe to my channel where I can now have momentum to prepare even more videos to keep your learning journey alive. Thank you. I'll see you soon.